we'd like to say a special welcome to Kim Skoda and to Nickolas Butler. We're really happy to have you here in Europe. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy.
Who's here and who has written this wonderful book that I have forgotten in my bag, which I will just bring up here so that I know what we're talking about along the way.
So if you've read Shotgun Love Songs, you know it's told through these 5 rotating first-person narratives, and the first chapter is told from Henry's perspective. So months would pass before we saw his face again, and then he would arrive home bearded and haggard, his eyes tired but happily relieved. We could tell that Lee was glad to see us, to be back in our company. We always gave him time to recover before our lives resumed together. We knew he needed time to dry out and regain his balance. We let him sleep and sleep. Our wives brought him casseroles and lasagnas, bowls of salad and freshly baked pies. He liked to ride a tractor around his sprawling property. We assumed he liked feeling the hot daylight, the sun and fresh air on his pale face, the slow speed of that old John Deere, so reliable and patient, the earth rolling backward beneath him. There were no crops on his land, of course, but he rode the tractor through the fallow fields of prairie grasses and wildflowers, a cigarette between his lips or a joint. He was always smiling on that tractor, his hair all flyaway and light blonde, and in the sunlight it was like the fluff of a seeding dandelion. He had taken another name for the stage, but we never called him by that name. We called him Leland, or just plain Lee, because that was his name. He lived in an old schoolhouse away from things, away from our town, Little Wing, and maybe 5 miles out into the countryside. The name on his mailbox read L. Sutton. He had built a recording studio in the small, ancient gymnasium, padding the walls with foam and thick carpeting. There were platinum records up on the walls, photographs of him with famous actresses and actors, politicians, chefs, writers. His gravel driveway was long and potted with holes, but even this was not enough to deter some of the young women who sought him out. They came from around the world. They were always beautiful. Lee's success had not surprised us. He had simply never given up on his music. While the rest of us were in college or the army or stuck on our family farms, he had holed up in a derelict chicken coop and played his battered guitar in the all-around silence of deepest winter. He sang in an eerie falsetto, and sometimes around the campfire it would make you weep in the unreliable shadows thrown by those orange-yellow flames and white-black smoke. He was the best among us. He wrote songs about our place on earth, the everywhere fields of corn, the third growth forest, the humpbacked hills and grooved out draws, the knife sharp cold, the too short days, the snow, the snow, the snow. His songs were our anthems. They were our bullhorns and microphones and jukebox poems. We adored him. Our wives adored him. We knew all the words to the songs, and sometimes we were in the songs.